As the Jussie Smollett case keeps getting crazier and crazier, now another celebrity has stepped forward to give him a trashing. And as far as I can tell, this is only the second celebrity just calling him a flat out liar. First it was Joe Button, now it's Dave Chappelle. So from this article and logo, Dave Chappelle says he wants to break a dollhouse over Jussie Smollett's head for lying. You know why it's a dollhouse, right? Because he's a gay dude. The comedian reacted to breaking news suggesting the attack against the actor and singer was a hoax by Jeff Taylor. Dave Chappelle performed Thursday night, February 14th, to two sold out audiences in Charlotte, North Carolina, informing the crowd from the beginning, "We have a lot to talk about." I attended the first of the two performances and watched a comedian fresh off a Grammy win for Best Comedy Album make good on his opening comment, covering a span of topics that included the Kevin Hart Oscars controversy, his own critics in the transgender community, and the Jussie Smollett case. He informed the crowd of breaking news, which was inaccessible to those of us in attendance, as he had employed the use of Yonder to lock up people's phones. Yeah, Chappelle does that at his shows. He ain't trying to get Louis. He's been and taking the phones. Smollett had, in Chappelle's words, faked the attack against him to stay on Empire. Chappelle joked that it made him so mad he wanted to break a dollhouse over the star's head, referencing one of the jokes that brought criticism to Hart. Oh, I guess that was oh, yeah, wait. Kevin Hart said that about, like, if his son was gay or something. That was a great callback. As Showtime had just been reported that sources said there was reason to believe the attack was faked, but Chicago police tweeted out in response that there was no evidence to say that this was a hoax. Fox also denied the rumor that he was being written off the show. It seems Chappelle had not received that information. He questioned a number of elements of Smollett's story, saying he was skeptical from the beginning, despite despite wanting to believe him. I think we all say that. Even Scooby Doo, he joked, would have questioned the veracity of the actor and singer's account. During these Jussie Smollett videos, haven't I been mentioning Scooby Doo? He's ripping me off, Robin. No, he's not. It's just a very obvious thing to go to. Like, this has Scooby Doo type story written all over it. I guess great minds think alike here, people. Chappelle suggested Smollett wouldn't be going to Subway late at night asking, he doesn't have people who can do that for him. He also said it seemed odd to him that someone would be wearing both a ski mask and a Make America Great Again hat, as some reporting claimed the two alleged attackers were wearing. Smollett has said that he never claimed the men were wearing MAGA hats. Chappelle also wondered who would have roped with them in Chicago and why he waited so long to report the incident to police. Well, I think another thing, we all question that. As well, why he would keep the noose around his neck. Smollett has said he didn't want to call police at first, and that he left the rope around his neck because he wanted them to see it when they arrived. Smollett said one of the men asked him, "Aren't you that effing Empire N-word?" Chappelle doubted that too, saying, "It sounded more like something he would say," and asked how anyone could get through watching the show if they hated gay people due to its high level of LGBTQ representation. So yeah, Chappelle's basically he's doing this on stage, but basically what we've probably all been saying, like, because him saying that's what they said to me. No, that's what you think someone who would MAGA supporters would say. That's probably not what they would actually say. But so and like once again the whole these MAGA supporters hate gay black people, but know a gay black show and recognize the dude from the show in a snowstorm. He didn't buy that Smollett's alleged attackers would have shouted, "This is MAGA country either," as Smollett claimed, saying, "That's not how white Trump supporting racists talk." Of course, yeah. uh, Maybe in like Tennessee, but they wouldn't even say MAGA country. They would say this is Trump land or Trump country. I don't know. They say, "This is America," he quipped. He repeatedly expressed his anger that, in his belief, Smollett had lied about the attack, saying it would hurt the credibility of real victims of anti gay and racist violence. "Hopefully, the gays will take the brunt of this," he joked. That's pretty funny. Still believe us black people are getting attacked, just let the gays do. He noted that Kevin Hart, who won't be hosting the Oscars after all due to unearthed homophobic tweets and jokes, was probably watching the news laughing to himself. Hart had reached out to offer support to Smollett and was chastised by many who said it was an example of why he should have been more responsible with his platform. Ugh. Chappelle defended Hart, saying he was obviously joking when he said that he would break his daughter's dollhouse over his son's head if he showed signs of being gay. He said that, believe it or not. He has plenty of gay friends who have told him how difficult it was to open up about their identities. But Chappelle said, "Not one of them, not a single one, has ever told me that their father smashed a effing dollhouse over their head." Of course, you just disown him. Besides, he said, he would have to get him a dollhouse in order to break it over his head. He added. This despite Hart's joke saying it would be his daughter's dollhouse that he'd be using. Chappelle also addressed his critics in the LGBTQ community, which he called the alphabet people. All right, that's pretty funny. The alphabet, all right, that's pretty funny. Could they, what's it, LGBTQAIQ double L MOP now? Who knows? Noting that transgender people in particular were upset with him, he said he didn't want to hurt anyone's feeling and felt bad when he did, but that he thinks people are only really mad at him on the internet. True. He said he's been told to look out because transgender people are out to get him, but that whenever he sees a trans person, they're just like, "Hey." That's very true. All the outrage in the world, it's only on the internet. No one in real life cares. Chappelle told a story about his son befriending a young trans girl, whom the community, including the comedian himself, felt moved to protect. But one day his son said he was frustrated because whenever he and his friend disagreed, everyone sided with the trans child because there was an overall desire to protect her. And I'm like, "Yo, son, they get on my nerves too." Just because you're gay doesn't make you right about every goddamn thing. You write about a lot of shit, but I mean, just give these people their rights so I can say funny shit again. He said to laughs and applause. The comedian also recalled being asked by Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen if he could ever host the Oscars, to which he replied, "Well, if Kevin can't, I'm sure I can't." I said, "Way worse than that." He closed out the set with this message: "If I ever get into trouble for the things I say, I'll say it right now. I'm going to apologize. Just know I'm not sorry." Today, two suspects, Nigerian brothers, were arrested in connection with the attack on Smollett. They're being treated as potential suspects, and one of the men worked on Empire, the police report. Well, even that has sort of been updated because now I guess the two Nigerians have been released. So the two Nigerians have been released, and they haven't been charged with anything. So once again, this Jussie Smollett case goes on. It is very, very weird. I don't know. I'm still to believe he faked it or he got jumped and is lying about who actually jumped him. But I find this article pretty good by Jeff Taylor and very funny. Dave Chappelle already doing jokes about it, but that's what Chappelle does. And Chappelle is a hilarious dude. So that's Dave Chappelle's take on Jussie Smollett.